When I picked up the phone to ask my son Jake about his little girl's first birthday party, Brooke answered with that syrupy, sweet voice that always set my teeth on edge. "Oh, Vivian, we already had it yesterday. Kept it real small, just the people who really matter." Those words hit me like a slap of cold Texas wind in January. People who really matter? Me, the grandma who'd been shelling out their $950 rent in Austin every single month for 4 straight years, who'd bought the crib, the stroller, the changing table, the whole damn nursery set from Babies R Us, who'd driven 2 hours each way to keep their fridge stocked when Jake lost yet another job. Over $68,000 pulled straight from my savings and my late husband Ray's oil rig pension. And suddenly, I wasn't one of the people who mattered? I stood frozen in the middle of my Dallas living room, phone trembling in my hand, watching Jake avoid my eyes while Brooke lounged on the big sectional sofa I'd paid for 2 Christmases ago. The soft pink grandma dress I'd ordered special from Macy's, $120 on sale, thinking I'd look nice in the party photos, hung useless in my closet like some cruel joke. I'd put aside $700 cash for a big gift, a savings bond, and a stuffed elephant the baby could grow up with. I'd called my brother Tommy in Houston to brag about being a great nana. I'd scrubbed my house top to bottom, picturing them pulling up with the little one so we could celebrate together. All of it evaporated with 5 poisoned words. Just the people who really matter. Jake finally muttered something, eyes on the floor. "Mom, it was low-key. We didn't want to overwhelm you." Bullshit! I saw the photos on Instagram the next morning. Backyard party in Austin, string lights, a bounce house, a 3-tier cake with the baby's name in pink icing, Brooke's parents beaming next to the high chair, her sisters holding the baby laughing, champagne bottles popping, no Vivian in sight. The pink dress I'd bought for Brooke last year? She was wearing it in one of the pics, financed by the $600 emergency money I'd Venmo'd her the month before. A week later, exactly 7 days after that gut punch, Brooke called. Her voice had flipped from queen to beggar in record time. "Vivian, thank God you answered. The rent's overdue. Landlord's losing it. Says if we don't pay by Friday, we're out on the street. You forgot the transfer, right?" I could hear the tremble, like the world was ending. I sat silent for a long beat, remembering every time I'd raced to the bank, every doctor's appointment I'd skipped, every time I'd eaten cereal for dinner so they could have steak and diapers. "Vivian," I said, voice steady in a way that surprised even me, "I only help people who think I matter." Dead silence on the line. I could practically hear her heart pounding. For the first time in years, she was the one shaking, not me. "But your family, your Nana, we've always been special to you." Lies. Sugar-coated, desperate lies. The same sweet tone she'd use when she needed money for the crib, the stroller, the just this once car repair. I hung up without another word. That night, I sat on my bed and cried. Not sad tears, hot, angry tears. Tears for every time they'd made me feel like my love was a burden, my presence an inconvenience, my money the only thing worth having. I cried for the fool I'd been, the grandma who'd lost herself trying to buy a place in a family that never really wanted me there. Morning came, and something inside me had shifted, harder, colder, clearer. I looked in the bathroom mirror, same tired eyes, same wrinkles from 40 years of hard work and worry, but there was a new spark in them, determination. I made coffee the way I always did, but this time I didn't check my phone for a "sorry, Mom" text from Jake. For the first time in forever, I was my own priority. At the kitchen table, the same table where I'd planned baby showers, counted bills for their emergencies, cried quietly when they forgot my birthday, I pulled out the checkbook and bank statements. I wanted the numbers cold and clear. Rent, $950 times 48 months equals $45,600. Nursery furniture and baby gear, $12,000 plus. Groceries and emergencies every month, $10,000 plus. car repairs, utilities help, random cash, another $8,000 plus. Total $68,000 plus. Money Ray left for my quiet retirement, gone to keep two grown adults comfortable while they treated me like an afterthought. The phone rang. Jake. I let it ring out. 10 minutes later, Brooke. Ignored. Text from Jake. Mom, please pick up. We need to talk. Deleted. That afternoon, I went for a walk, just because I wanted to. No bank runs, no grocery trips for them. I passed the park where I'd pushed Jake on the swings as a kid, where he'd hug me tight and say, "Best Nana ever." When the hell had he turned into a man who saw me as a walking ATM? Next stop, the bank. Mr. Gonzalez, the manager who'd watched my account bleed dry for years, waved me in. "Mrs. Bennett, everything okay? Cancel all automatic transfers to Jake and Brooke. Block any access, and show me how to lock this account down." He looked shocked. Those transfers had been clockwork. "You sure? Something happened?" "I finally opened my eyes," I told him. Phone started blowing up the second he hit cancel. Jake, Brooke, Jake again. I powered it off. Felt like dropping a 1,000-pound weight. Came home and there were 3 cars in my driveway. Jake's truck, Brooke's SUV, both payments I'd helped with, and some fancy sedan I didn't recognize. Through the windows, I saw movement. My blood went ice cold. They'd used the spare key I'd given them in case of emergency. Deep breath. Door open. Jake sat on my couch, head in his hands. Brooke paced like a trapped animal. A slick guy in a suit was flipping through my mail and bank folders on the dining table. My private papers! "What the hell is this?" My voice came out louder than I expected. Brooke spun. "Vivian, thank God! This is Mr. Caldwell, our family lawyer. We're worried about you." "My situation?" Jake looked up, eyes panicked. "Mom, the bank said transfer stopped. Accounts locked. Why?" Mr. Caldwell stepped forward, hand out. "Mrs. Bennett, your son and daughter-in-law are concerned about your mental state. They've asked me to evaluate." I ignored the hand, snatched my papers. "These are private. You got no right touching them." Jake tried the condescending tone he'd perfected. "Mom, you're acting strange, cutting us off cold, not answering calls. We think you need help." Brooke faked soft. "Stress, loneliness, it's normal at your age. Confusion starts happening." Confusion? Alarm bells screaming. They wanted me declared incompetent so they could take control. The same woman who'd called me not people who matter, now acting like I was senile. "I'm not confused," I said, voice like steel. "I'm clearer than I've been in years. Get out of my house, now." Caldwell tried smooth. "They have rights if your judgment is impaired. They've documented concerning behavior." I laughed, harsh, ugly. "Like what? Deciding my money is mine? Stopping the gravy train for 2 adults who treat me like dirt?" Brooke snapped. "We never treated you bad. You're family. Everything'll be yours one day anyway. We're just speeding things up." There it was, naked truth. In their heads, I was already dead. They were just collecting early. "Out," I pointed. "All of you." Jake stood, angry kid face. "Mom, we got obligations. Rent, car notes you co-signed. You can't just cut us off." "Watch me," I said. "I've paid rent on a house my name ain't even on, filled a fridge in a home I ain't welcome in, financed a life with no room for me." Caldwell pulled a folder. "We have power of attorney papers, temporary, until you feel better." I grabbed it, tossed it straight in the trash. "Only transition happening is y'all to the front door." Brooke started fake crying. "We counted on you, made plans, took on bills knowing you'd help." "Bills based on my money," I shot back. "Not my happiness, not my company, just my checkbook." Jake stepped closer. I stepped back. He wasn't my little boy anymore. He was a 35-year-old man who saw his mama as an obstacle to comfort. "Mom, we messed up. The party was a misunderstanding. Brooke was stressed. We can fix this if you just be reasonable." Reasonable tasted like poison. Reasonable means keep paying while you treat me invisible? Pretend it don't hurt being excluded from my grandbaby's first birthday? Caldwell packed up. This isn't over. If you're making irrational decisions due to mental issues, a judge can appoint a guardian. I looked him dead in the eye. Research hard before threatening a 72-year-old widow who raised her son alone after her husband died in an oil rig accident, worked 40 years as a bookkeeper, managed money like clockwork, and until last week supported 2 able-bodied adults. Brooke's tears dried up. Cold stare. We'll lawyer up. Good. Use your own money. Mine's closed for business. They left, pride bruised. Jake, last look. You'll end up alone, Mom. No one to take care of you. Jake, I'm already alone. Difference now? It's my choice, not your neglect. Door shut. Beautiful silence. Freedom silence. That night, I didn't sleep. Adrenaline. Planned like a general. Next morning, 6 a.m., dressed and out. First stop, elder law attorney, Miss Rivera. She'd handled Ray's will. Mrs. Bennett, what they did is elder financial abuse, federal crime. Breaking in, touching private docs, trespass. Document everything. 3 hours of records. She whistled at $68K plus. You could have retired to the coast, traveled. Instead, you bankrolled people who didn't even invite you to your grandbaby's birthday? Plan. New locks, full security cams, new bank account, live postponed life. Hardware store next. Mr. Patel knew me from years of buying Jake's fixes. Another emergency? This time for my house. Best locks. His son installed cams, phone alerts, cops if breach. Brooke called from a burner. Vivian, civilized talk? Birthday was mistake. Let's do a special dinner. Your place. Cook like old times. I laughed. Rent exact? 2 months, $1,900. But we miss you. Miss me or my money? Why no invite? Last call not asking for cash? Silence. Answer? Never. You treated me like an ATM with feelings for 4 years, used me, ignored me, humiliated me. Now money's gone and suddenly you love me? No. Hung up. Salon next. Years skipped for their urgence. Stylist, Maria. Vivian. Full treatment, no guilt. Cut, color, mani, petty. $180 on me. Neighbor, Mrs. Garcia, on my porch. Heard yelling? You okay? Told her everything. She teared up. Did same with my son. Cut money, guilt storm first month. Now he works, calls just to talk. Real love. Hope lit. Locks, cams done. Called brother Tommy. Woke up. Excluded from great-grandbaby's birthday, lawyer invasion. He said, overdue. Jake always, Mom pays. Never, love you. Ray's grave next. Satin grass. Ray, I lost myself after you. Gave everything to Jake. No more. Cleaned headstone. Fresh flowers. Peace. Cars back. Called Rivera. Don't get out. Police coming. Restraining order in place. Officers made them leave. Jake yelled, cops on your own son? Family don't break in, threaten senile lawsuits, treat mama like ATM. Won that round. Garden club dinner at Mrs. Garcia's. Real talk, no money asks. Bought fake love. Real, don't cost. Month later, routine. Breakfast, garden, lunch with friends, painting wildflowers. Thursday, Rivera grim. They filed formal incompetent suit. Want guardian. Terror hit. But we fought. Their evidence, fake bills, tricked pharmacist, neighbor grudge. Exposed, pharmacist duped by Brooke, neighbor mad about parking. My psyche valve flawless, friends testified strength. Trial, their lawyer painted me confused victim. Cross-exam broke them. $68K proof, birthday exclusion, no non-money contact. My testimony, love ain't a transaction. I stopped paying when I realized my money was welcome, but I wasn't. Judge, full mental capacity, suit motivated by greed. Denied. Victory. Sold house, bought Hill Country Place, wildflowers out back. Donated half to elder abuse charities, traveled to San Antonio, took painting classes, volunteered animal shelter, walked dogs at sunrise. Jake and Brooke moved to cheap apartment. Brooke got a job. No contact. I paint under Texas stars, sip sweet tea, and know the most important person to love and protect is me. Vivian Bennett, 72, Texas free. True family doesn't make you beg to matter.